Alright, on a more serious note, let's discuss Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, because I think that both of these guys deserve more credit. But let's talk about it.
Welcome to Real Life Boxing!
Blessed love and blessed day, oh boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is Real Life Boxing. As I said, AJ, Anthony Joshua, and the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder, in my very humble opinion, I believe that both of these guys deserve a little bit more credit. Hey, before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to smash on that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all things are being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Let's get into it. Hey, so I've actually been wanting to do this video for a minute, and I'm like, let me just get it done. I just finished watching the video. I actually would give the YouTuber a shout out, but I don't even remember his name. It was actually the first video that I've ever watched from that guy. But the video was saying that Anthony Joshua deserved more credit, and in that video he actually spoke of Deontay Wilder deserving a little bit more credit. So I figured now would be a perfect time. He just sparked like everything that I was thinking, so I'm like, let me go ahead and do this video. But I will put the link for that video in the description of this video so I can give him his credit. I apologize, I don't remember the name of the channel. Like I said, it's the first time that I watched a video from that channel. But let's get into this video. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder goes in there, knocks Luis Ortiz out in earlier fashion than he did in the first fight. Was actually an easier fight. He didn't get rocked like he did in the first fight, and he was able to get Luis Ortiz out of there quicker than he did in the first fight. And instead of, you know, people seeing greatness in that, people found a lot of fault in that, because they said, well, Wilder was losing every round. The judges had Luis Ortiz winning on the scorecards, you know what I mean, and all these things, and Wilder can't box, this, that, and the third. I mean, people act like Luis Ortiz was beating up Wilder and then Wilder knocked him out, you know what I'm saying, which was not the case. If Luis Ortiz was winning the rounds, like, the rounds were very close. He wasn't winning the rounds by like that much, you know what I'm saying, because him himself wasn't really doing that much. So, you know, anyway, Deontay Wilder goes and gets the knockout. You know, he can't box. He was losing every round. A couple weeks later, Anthony Joshua goes in there, boxes the socks off a guy who he lost to by stoppage in his first fight, comes back in the rematch, boxes this guy's socks clean off, and he gets no credit because nobody wants to see, you know, heavyweights box. How you don't want to see heavyweights box, but you mad at Wilder because he's knocking everyone out and he can't box? But then you get mad at AJ because he boxed the socks off of Andy Ruiz and he didn't get the knockout. You know what I'm saying? It's really conflicting. You know what I'm saying? And it's really conflicting. It's really hypocritical, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had to wet my throat real quick. It's really hypocritical, and it's shit is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It baffles me. You know what I mean? I'm moving away from that. You know, for the simple fact that both of these guys started their boxing career fairly late and was performing on the highest level really early in their boxing careers, even if it was amateur. Anthony Joshua's gold medalist, Deontay Wilder a bronze medalist. So even in their early stages of boxing, these guys are still performing at the highest level and getting the job done. Moving on to the pros, Anthony Joshua is kind of fast-tracked, which they usually do with gold medalists. You know what I'm saying? Gold medalists usually get fast-tracked, all right? Anthony Joshua got fast-tracked, was able to unify the heavyweight division really early in his career. You know what I'm saying? Not the youngest world heavyweight champion or anything like that, but still, for the amount of time that he was actually boxing, you know what I mean, being able to unify the heavyweight division that early in his career, you know, is a great task. Deontay Wilder, bronze medalist. Now, his professional career has been different from AJ because he's been slow tracked. You know what I mean? Again, he started boxing even later than Anthony Joshua. And excuse me, because this might be a little bit of a rant. I meant to say that earlier. He started boxing later than Anthony Joshua in a very small amount of amateur fights. Olympic bronze medalist, gets into the professionals, and he's slow tracked. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have a lot of boxing experience. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time to develop as a fighter, especially as a world-class fighter on the class that they're fighting at. And as you can see, because Deontay Wilder, he's still not all the way fully developed. And you know, and neither is Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought that Anthony Joshua, he wouldn't be able to outbox Andy Ruiz for the whole fight. He wouldn't be able to box, you know, like he did. People say Anthony Joshua, well, his feet weren't that fast, but he has good footwork. People didn't think that he was going to be able to, you know, box and stay disciplined. And he did. You know what I'm saying? And even in that field, he still has a little bit more developing to do. Because in boxing, even the way he was boxing, he could have knocked out Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? But he was playing it safe. He's not comfortable in that style of boxing yet. So these dudes are still developing, you know what I'm saying, on the highest level, you know, that you can possibly fight on. You know, unlike a fighter like Andrew Ruiz, who's been fighting since he was a little kid. Unlike a fighter like you know, Vasily Lomachenko, fast track 2 gold medalist, fighting since he was a little kid. The amount of amateur fights, over 300. You know what I'm saying? These guys got over 200, over 300 amateur fights. That's a hell of a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's amateur, it's still a hell of a lot of fighting experience. And 2 gold medals, you're fighting the best amateur fighters in the world. You know what I mean? So for the simple fact that these guys both started fighting fairly late in their lives and was able to pick it up as quick as they did and become world champions, you know what I'm saying? Those are amazing tasks in itself. Obviously, Deontay Wilder, he was catching a lot of slack for windmilling, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And the thing is like, you know, when Deontay Wilder, he hasn't been windmilling, you know, for his last few fights. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been throwing those crazy windmill punches. Yeah, he was kind of overzealous on the right hand when he fought Tyson Fury, as far as like not straightening out and winging it a little bit too much. But he hasn't been windmilling for a few fights. We see he's straightening out the right hand. We see he's trying to implement the left hook. We see he's trying to implement the left hook to the body, the uppercuts. You know what I mean? So both of these guys deserve more credit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how we think sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You mad at Deontay Wilder because he can't box, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff. And then you're mad at Anthony Joshua because he didn't knock out Andy Ruiz and he boxed his socks off. Like, it don't make sense. It's conflicting. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really conflicting. Because if Deontay Wilder would have went in there and boxed against fought a safe fight against Luis Ortiz and boxed and won a decision, everybody would have discredited that win, because they're like, oh, you stopped him in the first fight, how come you didn't stop him in the second fight? You know what I mean? So it's conflicting. You know what I mean? And if Anthony Joshua would have went in there and fought Luis Ortiz and fought Andy Ruiz the same way that he fought him in the first fight and went in there and tried to trade punches with him on the inside, he would have got knocked out again, and we would have had the same outcome as the first fight. Everybody would be calling AJ a bum. Everybody would be telling Anthony Joshua to retire. But this dude actually made adjustments went in training camp, made adjustments, brought people in, lost weights, did all the necessary things that he had to do to be able to do what he wanted to do in his game plan, and he did it flawlessly. You know what I'm saying? And people give him no flack. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz, he did the very opposite. He went, if he even went into training camp. You know what I'm saying? If he even went into training camp, he didn't make any adjustments. He didn't. I'm not gonna say he didn't take it seriously, because like I said, there was a whole bunch of other things in Andy Ruiz's life going on, as far as him getting that money, buying his house, and moving his family, taking care of his family. So in a 6-month period of time, that's a short amount of time to have all that stuff going on, and you know, be prepared for the fight. So for the simple fact that Anthony Joshua made the adjustments and did what he had to do, for the simple fact that Deontay Wilder made the adjustments with Luis Ortiz, did not get caught with that counter right hook that he got caught with in the first fight, for the simple fact that he's been straightening out the right hand. He's not windmilling anymore. He's trying to put the left hook behind the right hand, or the left uppercut behind the right hand. I just think that both of these guys deserve credit. And I mean, if you're a fan of the other one, it's no reason to try to shit. If you're a fan of AJ, it's no reason to try to shit on Deontay Wilder and discredit Deontay Wilder. If you're a fan of Deontay Wilder, it's no reason to shit on AJ and try to discredit AJ. And then especially if you're saying you want these two to fight, because why do you want them to fight? You know what I'm saying? If you're an AJ fan and he beats Deontay Wilder, are you gonna discredit that win from AJ because you're gonna say Wilder was a bum? Or same thing with Wilder. If Wilder goes and beats AJ, is that win going to be discredited because AJ can't fight, or AJ can't box, or he doesn't move his head? You know what I mean? You can't, if you're a fan of this one, you can't discredit the other one, because then you're discrediting your very fighter that you're a fan of. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I went on a little rant, but I really feel like both of these guys deserve more credit, man. And like I said, it doesn't even matter if you're a fan of one or the other. You can still be a fan of AJ without completely shitting on Deontay Wilder, and vice versa, be a fan of Wilder without completely shitting on AJ. So you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Do these guys deserve more credit? The fan bashing, the hate from the fans, it's serious. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Don't forget to smash on that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Share the videos. Donation links are in the description of the video. And protect yourself at all times. Keep fighting your fight. Peace and one love. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.